Good morning to all. My name is Sandhya Rani. Today I want to give the small introduction about VHDL. So VHDL, so hardware description language. We have two popular hardware description languages. Those are VHDL and the Verilog. Before going to this, which language is better to design a hardware circuits? So we should know the differences between VHDL and the Verilog. So VHDL allows the user-defined data types, and Verilog does not allow the user-defined data types. Only existent data types are used by this Verilog. In VHDL, existent data types as well as user-defined data types can be allowed by this VHDL. And VHDL can support multi-dimensional array, and Verilog does not support multi-dimensional array, and it allows concurrent processor calls. That means it can process the multiple processor calls at a time. And Verilog does not allow concurrent calls. That means it can allow only one processor call at a time. So a mod operator is present. By using this mod operator, so in VHDL we can represent the numbers in signed numbers. Now, signed numbers means either positive or negative can be represented in VHDL, and this mod operator is not present in VHDL. And unary reduction operator is not present. That means unary reduction operator, this operator is used for manipulating the single bit operations, and this unary reduction operator is not present in VHDL. And Verilog it has the unary reduction operators. Because of presence of this unary reduction operator, it is very suitable to design low level circuits. And VHDL is more difficult to learn, and Verilog is very easy to learn. The full form of the VHDL is V stands for VHSIC, that is very high speed integrated circuit. H stands for hardware, D stands for description, L stands for language. On the whole, VHDL stands for very high speed integrated circuits hardware description language. And what is the VHDL? So VHDL is a hardware description language. That means it describes the behavior of the discrete circuit, and it is going to use implement the digital circuit. That means it describes the digital circuit and use it to implement the digital circuit. And it is also used for synthesis as well as a simulation. Synthesis means going to implement the verification of the truth tables, and simulation is going to produce the waveforms. So by using this VHDL, it is possible to obtain the synthesis as well as the simulated outputs. And it is used to build a digital system using CPLA or FPGA. This VHDL code is used to implement a digital circuit inside. Even though it is designed in implemented in a digital circuit inside, and it can be used to fabricate application specific integrated circuit. And it is very useful in developing high end like sophisticated microprocessor or microcontrollers, like application specific instruction processor or programmable system on chip. And why VHDL come into the existence? In 1980s, US based Department of Defense initiated the VHSIC program. So this program, because of this VHSIC program, different hardware designing companies started developing their ICs with their own HDL languages. That means each and every company has its own different HDL languages. So the problem was all these companies does not exchange their codes and designs with other. So all these companies provide their chip design to DoD with different hardware description languages. So there was a requirement requirement to standardize this hardware description language for digital circuit system design, documentation and verification. At that time, VHDL comes into the existence. So why we are using this VHDL language? This VHDL language used for describing hardware, as well as it is used for modeling language, and it is used for simulation of hardware, for early performance estimation of a system architecture, for the synthesis of hardware. So we are going to use VHDL language for all these benefits. After that, so what VHDL is a integration of all these languages. That means VHDL is not a single language, it is a combination of all these languages. That is a sequential language. That means VHDL can process the data in single instruction. That means step by step processing will be performed by VHDL, and it can support concurrent language also. That means parallel execution of the program can be performed by this VHDL language. Netlist language. Net means network, list means components. So what are the components used in that network? So those components list can be initialized in this VHDL, and that modeling can be existed in this VHDL language. And it has the timing specification language. It is a timing specification language. So by giving the particular timing specifications to the input, it will produce as the output to timing verifications. And the waveform generation language, that means it produces the waveforms, output waveforms, so to analyze the our digital circuit. So let us see the advantages of VHDL. So it is portable, it is reusable, and it supports the hierarchical design. Hierarchical design means it has a big block diagram. In that big block diagram, small blocks are existed. In that small block, there is a different discrete components. So the interconnections between these discrete components can be implemented in a hierarchical structure. So that's why it supports hierarchical design. All statements of VHDL program are executed concurrently, and it is human readable as well as machine readable. So no need to use of this. So it is very useful to human readable as well as machine readable, and it can be IEEE standard and ANSI standard. And it supports the design methodologies like top to bottom, bottom to top, or mixed combination. So it is flexible language. It allows better design management. It allows detailed implementations. It supports multi-level abstractions. It provides a tight coupling to low level of design. It supports all CAD tools. It strongly supports code reusability and code sharing. That means if you write a code for particularly one program, that can be reusable by other programs, and that means that code can be shared to the other circuits also. Even though a lot of advantages are there in VHDL, some disadvantages also there in VHDL. So that is, it requires specific knowledge of the structure and syntax of the language. We must, when we are going to working with VHDL, we must know about the structure of the digital circuit, what circuit we are going to implement, and the syntax of the each and every statements we are going to use in this VHDL language. It is more difficult to visualize and troubleshoot a design. That means in VHDL we are going to implement hard and complex circuits for in high-end applications. In such cases, it's very difficult to visualize and troubleshoot in while we are going to design with the high-end applications. Some VHDL programs can be synthesized, and VHDL is more difficult to learn. So because of these disadvantages, VHDL handles. So this is the introduction about this VHDL language. So thank you.